All right, gentlemen. So we are live for our podcast testing.
Who fucking cares podcast?
There it is. See us.
What's going on, everybody? This is Fastback.
SuPRCooPR.
And the one and only Bitty Mass.
Yeah.
And silence.
Right, well, introduce us and
You guys get an echo?
I don't know, I'm good on my end. I think if you can ever not hear me, just let me know.
Okay. No,
This situation not great, but I can sort that with an headset.
So yeah, we got myself, Fastback. We got SuPRCooPR here, and we got Witty Mass. We're just a couple of lowly gamers coming together, game around on Xbox, and we go around the podcast and group, act like a couple of groupies. So we decided to let's start our own podcast, get our own groupies going.
Yeah.
So first, we'll start off with Coop.
Yeah.
SuPRCooPR. Where does that name come from?
Well, my last name's Cooper, so growing up, everybody always called me Cooper, and I'm pretty super. So
So you should add super to Coop.
that's right.
There you go. And Witty?
Mine, it's just what Xbox give me.
That's
Is that right?
That's why I've still got all the numbers at the end.
Well, it works. I think it fits you.
Well, I try and do my best. I try and live up to the name. When I come that is.
Yeah, now you do, because I've always thought you're pretty witty, a little bit of sarcastic in the chats and on Twitter.
No, that's on a daily basis.
Yeah. That's why you're here. We're gonna have some witty rant later on.
Oh, yeah, damn right.
And as for me, Fastback, that comes from my love for Mustangs. So 67, 68 is year is my favorite year for Mustangs. So your Mustang Fastback. So yeah, so it's another obsession of mine. So Fastback, I'm getting that on the name.
You were just fast.
Yes. And sometimes I'm slow back, as Coop says, because
Slow front.
Yeah, you have to chill out, take it easy. So I got to slow down once in a while.
And take a chill.
Exactly.
Every day when I need stuff on Twitter. That's why I haven't been on much like recently.
Yeah. That's why I'm glad there's mute. And sometimes you just got to block people.
Mm.
It's not worth it.
I'm not doing a podcast now, but I'll have to be on there a little more to check the news.
And it's kind of like one of the reasons why, we get along, and kind of one of the reasons why we're doing this podcast. So, we can, tell everybody, hey, enough with all that noise, console wars. It's about gaming, and that's, and that's why we get along. I want to give a shout out to the NOG guys, Mike and HTK, Madzu, these nuts.
Nate.
I don't know where Nate
Frankie.
Red Girls, Natty, and we know Frankie's not gonna be here because he's never there on NOG. That's why I was messing with HTK, because I think sometimes Frankie got stuck in VR.
So it's luncheon. Jakey maybe got busy and couldn't do it anymore.
So
Drake, I wouldn't have met any of you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, what? How did we find each other? Did we? I guess was it NOG chat when we all started?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think so. I think I first. I think Witty. I met you first in party chat with Drake. You were in there, and we played.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Drake.
Maybe when Forza came out or something. I don't know. I don't remember, but. And yeah,
I think we started gaming a lot when Forza Horizon 3 came out.
Yeah, we had some good times in that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what got me gaming with you guys.
Still have a good time. Love that game.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting to the point though when I'm nearly done with it, and I'm waiting for that DLC to come on sale.
Yeah, the DLC is incredible. I do mostly play, you know, every weekend when they have their Forza-thon. I'll jump in and get a couple cars and work on a couple championships. That's all I got left for the last, you know, to 100% the game, I guess, is a few championships left.
You don't have the Hot Wheels, Witty?
No, I don't even have that Blizzard Island either.
Yeah, Blizzard Island's great too.
I don't think I noticed the DLC that on sale during the sale.
No, not yet.
I'm up around Christmas, hopefully, because when I got on the Xbox, end of 2015, that Christmas, both at last Forza Horizon 2's DLC packs come on like sale, and so it's about the same time frame. So I'm hoping like Christmas it comes on sale for a decent price, and I'll get it.
Yeah, you're like me. I'm a frugal gamer, so I look for those sales.
Yeah, same man.
I normally don't buy a game right off the bat, so depend on the game.
Well, whenever you guys get it, I'll jump in there with you.
Oh, I have the Hot Wheels.
Both of them are great.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Both of them are great.
All right, so this is a testing podcast, so we don't really have an official name for the podcast. Me and Coop, we were talking about it the other day, and we were thinking, you know, W.F.C. You know, so it's Witty, Fastback, Coop, or you can also say who fucking cares, you know, and that's kind of like how we feel in the gaming community. All the noise, console wars, like who fucking cares about all that shit? You know, just game.
You can play the games on any
games.
Anything matters. Whether it's the best version, the worst version, who cares? We've been dealing with that shit for like all those gaming lives, haven't we? Just about.
So if, our buddy HDK in chat, if he's got another name he wants to call us for a podcast, he can give us some info.
Yeah, anybody thinks of something in down in the comments, wants to leave a comment down below, let us know. Any bright ideas?
Right now, that's our test podcast name. W.F.C.
Yeah, I say it's spot on.
Yeah, it's already catching on with me, so
I like it.
I don't care what HK says.
Yeah, no. Okay.
I don't know where Mike went. Our energy guys left us.
Yeah, I think we lagged too long.
Well, that's why this is a test. So, but we do got our. We got 2 thumbs down.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if that's.
Gonders with nuts. HKs.
Gonwers.
Maybe say gamer. Yeah, gamers with nuts.
It's like Kofefe or something.
There's only one nut HDK, and that's Madzu. So we get more feedback from the people that watch the stream and see what people say in Discord and Twitter. But I think WS is probably going to be the get more feedback from the.
Nice echoing.
Oh shit, sorry, that might have been me.
I'm gonna have to mute you already.
Oh, sorry, that might have been me.
That's why this is a podcast test.
I don't know.
Oh shit, that was me.
That's all good.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
we got to see
Not
that.
like my professionals.
YouTube on my phone, which a good idea.
You were in HDK's ears.
I apologize for that.
Sorry,
Hey.
HDK.
Remember, our name is Who Fucking Cares? So maybe you can play all that.
So what are we playing? What are we playing this week? What are you guys playing? Go ahead, Fast. Let us know what you're playing this week.
Of course, some of you guys know I've been playing the Diablo 3. So I've been playing that with you, Coop, HDK, Nate. Even though HDK and Nat Red Girls, they didn't mention me in their podcast Sunday about playing Diablo 3. So,
Oh man,
I'll go ahead and give them a shout out. But then, yeah, I'm trying to get to level 70, so I'm 67 right now. So, and was it the other day I played Journey?
Oh, nice.
On the PS4, and that was awesome. That's a beautiful game, and you got to check that out. And it's what's funny when I played that game Sunday morning, and then not too long after that, Random Thor, he played it, and so he made a YouTube, he did a video, and yeah, he gave a big shout out to it. So definitely,
yeah, it looks beautiful. Looks like
that game came out on PS3 back in 2012. So
yeah,
I
heard it was really short though. It's a really short game though.
It is short, but you could go back to it and kind of do the other things that you missed. Because the first time you're kind of in awe. You're just looking at the visuals, and you're trying to do as much as you can because it's kind of like you're skiing in the desert in a way, like snowboarding kind of, and then plus you got stuff here and there to go check out. It's kind of like the world, like an apocalypse happened, so you're going through like a desert, and you see ruins. So it's a beautiful game. It's got a little story. Kind of gives you a little as you're going through the game. You see, little pictures of the cities that were there once before. You kind of figured out, what it was all about. Plus, you can play with other people, but they automatically put other gamers who are playing in there with you at the same time, so you can kind of go on the journey together with someone else. Huh. And then at the end of the game, it gives you a list of the people, their gamer tags, who was in there with you. So, wow. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty neat. And shout out to the Short Pause Gaming guys. They had talked about a game called Serial Cleaner. It's an indie game, and I just downloaded that, and I got a free game with it. So that one starts this Friday. I'll be able to play that this Friday.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to that. It's kind of like a kind of like a top-down view. And, it's like when you're sneaking in a house, you got to kind of, when someone someone does a hit on somebody, so they call the cleaner to come in and take care of the body, the blood. And so you kind of sneak around the area, and take care of the body and take care of the evidence. So nice. I look forward to that. And the free game that came with it was called The Swindle. And that's like a platformer side 2D. So that looked interesting. So, yeah, I'm going to check that out. Yes. Loving some indies along with my AA and AAA. So,
Nah, I can keep them indies.
But yeah.
All 3 with games with gold.
Oh yeah,
Don't mind you playing.
and that's it for me. What about you guys, Coop?
Well, I mean, the biggest one I've been playing, like like you said, Diablo. I mean, just shoot that one match that we got, leveled that one character up to 45 levels in a couple hours or something. That was pretty fun. So yeah, I've been playing that, but then just made the big leap and got the Oculus Rift. So yeah, I've been been playing. I'm probably a little too much because it's definitely, I don't get any like motion sickness stuff, but it's definitely puts a strain on your eyes, and that's the biggest knock on it for me too, is that it doesn't. I can't wear. I have very poor vision. I've worn glasses pretty much my whole life, and I can't wear glasses with it. And I can get the focus pretty good, but it still like really strains my eyes. And so that's, I wish you could, I've worn other headsets where you could put your glasses in there, but this one is really small. So
that's the Oculus, right?
That's the Oculus Rift. Yeah. You can't, so that's my biggest problem with it. I don't know if that's why I'm getting such eye strain, but so you got to kind of limit your time with it. But man, I mean, it came with Eve Valkyrie, which is a space sim shooter, not sim, but sort of a space battle, which is just incredible. I mean, from the get-go, they do a little tutorial thing, and you're inside the cockpit, and you can look around at all the controls. The graphics are just gorgeous, and the detail and everything, it just plays just really nice. Super smooth, no issues with the frame rates or anything. And just a blast. The controls, they just kept it really simple. It's basically got a boost button, a brake button. You steer around, missiles with the left trigger, and fire your lasers with the right trigger. I mean, it's just basic, real simple controls, just fun, fast. But another big knock on it though is it's only got like one mode. I mean, there's no story mode, there's no campaigns, there's no sort of even different multiplayer modes. I mean, it's just like one, like space battle after space battle after space battle. That part of it, I wish there was a little more, a little more coming, a little more out of it. Some sort of, even just some challenge, like where you had to, some flight challenge missions where you had to fly through, because it's got these really cool little, kind of trenches and stuff that you can fly around within the levels that when you're doing the space battle. But if they could have done something where it was like a challenge race or anything. I mean, just having one game mode is kind of cheap for. I mean, it was free with the thing, so I'm not complaining about the price of it or anything, but I expected a lot more out of it.
Are you playing with the Oculus controllers or the Xbox controller?
With that game, I don't believe that one supports. I do have the touch controllers, but that one you just use the gamepad. It came with an Xbox One controller, so you just use the gamepad with that.
Yeah.
And but then there's other games. There was about there, and that was another thing that surprised me, is there's a ton. I mean, it's really, I mean, aside from the cost of the headset to get into it, which that was a sweet deal because it was on sale with the touch controllers for only $300, and they had a deal at Best Buy. If you spent $300, you get $30 in rewards. So I also got $30 back in rewards.
Yeah.
Plus, it came with like 7 games. You had the Valkyrie, and I can't remember some of the other. A lot of the other games are sort of these short experience kind of. Some of them are even not even really games. They're more like a visual story kind of thing, But they're neat because you get immersed in it. You can look around. You're kind of, seeing around the world and just beautiful. But there's a lot of free on Steam, and I also had already on Steam. I have a game called Adrift, which is a little weird. That one really, I tried it for a second, but that one was very wasn't. I was starting to get sick on that one right out the gate. So I was like, all right, I'm scratching this one. I mean, it was really, and I had already been playing for a bit, so I don't know if that had something to do with it. But I couldn't. That one was weird because you float around in space and you're, you know, kind of moving around all crazy. And so anyway, so I kind of skipped that. But I also have Project Cars, and it has a VR mode that is fantastic. And that one is, but the game is hard. You know, I mean, I played that on Xbox too, and even on Xbox, the controls are on that, or you use, you know, you still use your Xbox controller on that one. I use that. But it's tough. It's a more of a sim than, you know, something like Forza Horizon. So the controls are really twitchy. You spin out. You know, you've got to really finesse it. It's, you know, a lot more of a sim racer than an arcade racer, but still fun. And visually, it just looks fantastic. You know, again, it plays really well, and so that was fun. I'll get more into that one. And again, that one I really, that one started to give me a lot of fatigue too. I could only play it for, you know, an hour or so, and you got to take that headset off. But yeah, it's an amazing experience. I'm totally sold on VR. I was, you know, kind of skeptical on it for a long time. I had tried the Best Buy had a little demo when the PSVR came out, and I tried that, and it was fun, but it was kind of, you know, the graphics were real simple, and I wasn't like super blown away. I mean, I liked it, but I wasn't like totally blown away. But having this one, you know, just really, it just feels way more immersive and just more polished.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said about the Oculus. And,
yeah, and I guess the Vive's, I've never tried the Vive, but I guess it's even better. It's more of the Vive is, I guess, what they call the full room, you know, experience. This one you can just kind of, you know, some of the touch. Actually, that's the other game I got to mention is Robo Recall. Oh my gosh, that game is amazing. I mean, that one utilizes the touch controllers, and it was free. I don't know if it was part of that package or what, but it's free. And you actually play. It's a crazy opening scene. You get attacked by robot. I mean, you got to see it to. It's just a crazy scene, and then you know, pans in, and you become a Robo Recall officer, and it's a shooter that uses, like I said, and it's got the little teleport movement system, which is kind of clunky. It's hard to get used to that, but the shooting is fantastic. And you can actually, the little trigger things, you can actually grab the robots. There's like these little kind of spider robots that crawl around, and you can grab those, and you can literally throw those at bigger robots. You can grab the big robots. You can rip their arms off. You can rip their head off. I mean, you can they shoot you, and you can grab the bullets and throw the bullets back at them. I mean, it's fast, furious, just fun. The controls are great. It looks awesome. I mean, it might be the MVP award, you know, the best game on there, right? And it's free. I mean, you know, it's short. There's not a whole lot to it, but it's just fun. I mean, just to jump in and just start shooting robots and tearing their heads off, man, it is a blast. So yeah, I mean, that's worth the price of admission right there, and it don't even cost anything.
Yeah, one of these days I'll try VR, but I'm afraid to try it, and then I'm like, oh shit, I like it.
I know.
That's what I'm afraid of. So
I know, but yeah, like I said, you got to pace yourself with it. That's the bummer. Is it? I mean, I'm like that first day. Like I said, yesterday was my first day off with it because I, you know, had it, but I had to work, so I could play it like, you know, an hour or so after work, and I had to get to bed. But yesterday I had the whole afternoon off, and man, I mean, I sat down and played for like 5-6 hours. You know, a few breaks, not straight, but I'm feeling it today. I mean, I was like, I jumped on this morning and played a little more of that Robo Recall, and even just after like, you know, half hour, I was like, oh shit, man, my eyes are just, you know, feeling like they're gonna pop out of my head, like. So I had to take a break with it, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, but it is something you can only do. You know, you got to kind of shorten your game sessions, and
yeah.
But yeah, blast, definitely worth the money. I mean, it was amazing. I'm so glad. I was gonna pick up a Switch actually. It was, you know, they had that Prime Day special going on for the Switch, and then I saw that ad for the Oculus, and I just went, you know what? I'm jumping on this thing.
Yeah,
I'm glad I did.
You can wait on the Switch.
Yeah. I'm not too, you know, Switch. I already have Zelda on Wii U, so you know, that's Mario Kart looks kind of fun, but it's not something I'd play a whole lot. HDK just mentioned RE7 that wow, they've got a VR. Apparently, that's from what I've heard. That's one of the best VR
Yeah.
games out there. But man, I don't know. I could barely handle that one on just on Xbox. I don't know if I could handle that one in VR.
Dealing with the horror game in VR.
Yeah, HDK might have to come over and hold my hand on that one. That one.
That means HDK has these nuts to play that game.
That's right. But yeah, and then the other one I wanted to mention that I picked up the other day. It is, and actually I think Natty Red Gal, shout out to him. I think he was the first one I heard talk about this, and it's called The Hunter Call of the Wild. Got that again. That's on PC. I got that on Steam, and man, it's got some, what is it, the Apex engine or something like that. There's a new game engine, and it is gorgeous game. It's a hunting simulator.
Mm-hmm.
But just beautiful. The controls are really good. It just walk. It's you're walking around, kind of tracking animals, and it's just kind of one of those casual, pick up, play for an hour or something. Just nothing, just mellow. It's a nice one after work when you're kind of tired and just wander around, look at the scenery, and it's good. I like it. I'd recommend it. I picked it up on. It was on like $20. It was on. One of the Humble Bundle, I think, had it on sale for $20. So definitely worth. Amazing deal for $20. Is a sweet deal.
What is it called? Just Hunter or
The Hunter Call of the Wild. I'm not sure if this is a series or if this is the first one or what, but it's a great game. Like I said, and it's coming to. I'm not sure when. I think they have a tentative release date, like for later this year in December or something. But it is coming to a console as well. So it's coming to both Xbox and PlayStation. I'm not sure when. I don't think they've given a solid release date on it, but it just came out on PC. It's great. That's a great game. A lot of fun.
Can you shoot the other guys in the?
There is multiplayer. I haven't tried the multiplayer. Apparently, you can go hunting with friends or something. I don't. I haven't
shoot your friends by accident. Oops, sorry.
Yeah. Pull a Dick Cheney. Yeah,
right.
Apparently it does have some sort of multiplayer, but I have not tried that. If anybody has it on Steam and wants to add me up, hit me up. I'll play with them, whatever. Hopefully, maybe it'll have crossplay and we can play it. I might even buy it again if it come on the Xbox, especially if it looks as good as this. Maybe this one would be a good one for the Xbox One X because it looks fantastic. It's one of the best looking games I've ever seen, and just visually, it's just gorgeous. Very detailed. The scenery and stuff is just amazing. Really, really cool.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. All right, Woody, what about you?
Well, last week I was finishing up that Dishonored 2. Basically, if you play Dishonored 1, it's basically just more of the same.
Yeah, I saw some of your videos. They're good.
Okay. And then over the weekend I was just getting pissed off with Need for Speed 2015. It's like always online business, so which means you can't pause game.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Because there's other games that are online you can pause.
Speed's always like single player game, so who thought that always online was a good idea? I don't know.
Terrible.
But they're sorting it out for that next one, so it's good news, I suppose.
I've been done with Need for Speed games for a while. They're kind of like mad and
same. I
it's like
I think I've played any since. Well, the best one they've ever done for me were the first Most Wanted. Back on PS2 and that.
Yeah, the earlier ones I enjoyed playing. But you kind of get burned out because they were coming out every year, right? Almost every other year.
Near enough on 360, wasn't it?
Yep.
A fair few other ones. But I think I skipped out on most of them. Some of that I'd probably go back and play maybe if they bring them backwards compatible. something to do in like the off times of not many games releasing like at this moment. It's like I was thinking earlier, it's like 2.5 months, isn't it, till Forza 7 comes out.
Yeah, it's a good time to tend to the backlog.
That's why I started Need for Speed, because mate's EA Access runs out at Christmas, so there's not many games coming out, and might as well get through a few. You know, probably end up playing that what is it, Mirror's Edge Catalyst at some point, and then there's original that I haven't played as well even.
I thought Battlefield 1 and something else was going to be going in there too soon.
Battlefield 1 and Titanfall coming by end of month.
Yeah.
I forget
Titanfall 2.
Yeah, you got to get that single, get that one to try.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising. Yeah, that's why I've said though a few times I don't see point in buying any like EA game in future when you can just be patient and wait like 9 months, give or take.
You can get that EA access every once in a while.
Yeah, for like a third of price of what you paid there. Oh
yeah, EA Access is a no-brainer if you got an Xbox. It's a great deal.
I won't even be surprised if they up the price of that at some point soon. Getting to the point now where, £20, $30 per year, it's you'd think they'd be wanting a bit more for it, wouldn't you?
Oh, I didn't even pay that. I think I got it on where did I get that from? I only paid like $20.
No, that's even better than what I got on there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it on Amazon like £2.50 off.
Yeah. Yeah, you can always find it cheap. Same with just like Xbox Live. You can always find deals. I think I only paid $30 for
Not any weird digital code that you don't really own.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna?
Today I've just started Dirt 4. I've only done about 5-6 races, so I can't really give a review out on it, but it seems alright. And there's like 4 different disciplines, so it should keep me busy for a couple of weeks.
The game looks good.
Oh yeah, definitely. It looks alright. It looks like it's weird though when I was playing it earlier. And that comes on, it looks like a painting or something. Like trees look like you're looking at like one of them old time like paintings.
Huh.
But I don't know, that might just be me and my eyesight.
So was it Dishonored worth the game to give a try?
Yeah, we left the rent. And I got to make like 3 videos out of it, which if I'd suggest you watch any of them, it's like part 2.
And I guess you're gonna try to maybe later on you're gonna try to play the DLC, or is that already out?
I'm not sure on DLC.
I heard the DLC was good, like a standalone game itself.
No, it's not out yet. I don't think it comes out until maybe later this summer.
Oh, it's not out yet?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if it even had a date. Well, no, they said everything that were at E3, didn't they? Bethesda, that everything were releasing this year, so you'd think it'd be soon, because if it comes out October, November time, like who's got to be buying a DLC when they've got all these other games to choose from?
Yeah.
Like
See, another game I was
like the month for me, it's like, what the hell do I get?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking. Remember the other? I had asked you if you were going to try Prey and see what how that works for you, because like Dishonored 2 and Prey, there was some criticism. So
yeah.
So what I was thinking that me and Coop, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have you try all these games, and we're gonna let you test these games. And if you say they're good, we're gonna go get them later on. We're gonna go on sale.
It's Witty approved.
If Witty approves, then I'll wait till it goes on sale and pick it up.
I mean, I approve most games.
Yeah, I'm. That's definitely on my list to pick up. Is that Prey? That looks good.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting that too. Yeah, even though people criticize the mechanics, the fighting mechanics, but some people have said you have to do it. You can't just go in there and think that it's going to be like every other game. Try to do it that way. You got to do it, a certain way. So.
Oh yeah, there's issues with like combat and that can be pretty hard. There were people like that were taking advantage of the glitch, want the way they could duplicate all the weapon or like the ammo and whatnot resources. It'd make game like a breeze.
Right.
Patched it out now, so I don't know.
Patched out.
It's not right tempting to jump in right now. But hopefully they'll patch it and make it like you get more of these resources, and I don't know. It's up on my list of renting. Just when will I get to it? I don't know. I still got Resi 7 to go back to, and God knows what else.
Coop, you offended Mike. Mike gave us a thumbs down.
Yeah, I figured it was Mike.
Needs to get over it, whatever he said.
Shout out to Mike from NOG. I appreciate your support, and you're part of the. As far as my inspiration, I wanted to do this. So, enjoy being in the chat, and I myself, and I'm sure Coop, we appreciate that you had us in your podcast one day. Yeah, that's probably the highest viewed show you've had. So, me and Coop decided, hey, we might as well try it on our own.
That's right.
Why not? And then also shout out. And I'll do a shameless plug for Mike, NOG. You can catch them on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And check out HTK, Mazu, that other guy, Nat Regals, and sometimes part-time Frankie, Viper Strength.
Oh, don't forget Crazy
One. Yeah, I can't forget Crazy
One.
One.
Oh, yeah, Crazy One. Sorry, Crazy. Yeah, I can't forget about those retro Ricks. And I also want to give a shout out to the dude. I enjoyed the short pause gaming. And,
yeah, short pause is great.
I want to let him know I just pre-ordered a cereal cleaner, and on the Xbox, and then I got a free game with it also. So appreciate that. That's a awesome podcast. Those guys are very detailed on games that are coming out. They tell you what a lot of these little games that people don't hear about. They give you a good detailed information on them. So I enjoyed their podcast. And
well, end of the day, if it weren't for Mike, I wouldn't know any of you got as well. Well, Mike fanboy since I think Christmas 2015.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know how long, because I
had the Mama Cedar on.
Yeah, because I've been following them for a while too. I think the first time I saw Mike in the podcast was with Enrique. So those are the early days when I first saw Mike and Enrique before he went to start his Brat podcast. And that's another shout out to Brat. Those guys have been great, good gamers, and they've given me. I've been on their podcast a few times, so those guys have inspired me. Try this out. So yeah, I definitely appreciate these guys big time.
Absolutely, great community, man. A lot of great guys out there.
Well, there's some who shall remain unnamed.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't bring it up, but like this podcast, of course, it's the main thing is about games, and we don't give a shit about console wars and NPD sales and all that crap that has nothing to do with why we love gaming. And so, you know, we surround ourselves with good guys in the community, like the guys from NOG, you know, Brap, Short Pause Gaming. A lot of these guys, they don't get, to me, I think it's a shame that they don't get the views and the subs like they should. You know, like, you know, because they don't talk about all the console war crap, the TMZ in the community, and
Right.
it's just a shame that they don't. So, and I, you know, I want to do this podcast with you, Coop, and Witty. You know, we get along, we game, and we're all on the same page. And I want to support the podcasts that I watch and give a shout out to them every once in a while, and we'll get some of those guys in the podcast with us. And also, I want to give the guys that are always in the chat. Those are the guys who sub to these good podcasts and that we see in the chats and on Twitter that are, you know, good gamers. I think we should, you know, give them a voice in the podcast. I mean, they have a voice, but I like to hear from them, you know, in the podcast. So we'll be inviting different people into our podcasts. You know, like I would like example Chicken Spaghetti. He's one. You know, maybe Reprobate. You know, different guys that we've seen in the chat, and I wouldn't mind, you know, hearing more from them. Give them a podcast to, you know, talk and just, you know, talk about games, you know. So, and I think that this podcast would be, you know, a positive podcast, but at the same time, we're gonna talk about gaming news, and we're gonna talk about all the systems, and you know, give credit where it's due, and give the criticism that, you know, that they deserve. You know, whether the game was good or not. You know, the system, features, and this and that. You know what I mean? I mean, it's, you know, it's just gaming talk, not console wars. So.
Yeah, there's no reason to sugarcoat shit, is there?
No, exactly. And you know,
It's like my criticisms about Quantum Break.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think us three, we've been mainly Xbox gamers. So, but we also game on other things. I know myself. I have a PS4. Slim. I just bought not too long ago. You know, and I love Uncharted 4. And, you know, like I said earlier, Journey, and I have other games I plan on getting. And then I have a Switch, so I've been playing Zelda. I've been lost in that. And so it's not just Xbox for me, you know. But Xbox is kind of, you know, what I've been playing it since the OG Xbox. You know, Halo brought me in. So, you know, it's kind of like my preferred gaming system, console. And not a knock to the other ones, but let's say all the games, every game was on all the systems, right? You don't have to. There's no exclusives or whatever.
That'd be great.
Xbox would probably be my main gaming system. You know what I mean? You know, you don't have to sit here and buy multiple systems. You know, so you can play the exclusives. But
yeah, it's good to have competition, though.
It is, and that's why we get these features. Like what the other day. Now we can, you know, we can buy a game for each other one day. So, and that's what I like about the competition. You know,
yeah, you can buy me all the games.
All they do is brag about this and that from each system. It's like that's not the point, you know. But yeah, I think you know, going from here, hopefully we can do it weekly. On Thursdays about the same time, you know, who knows? It might change. So
yeah, we'll sort it out.
Yeah. And then I mean, what you guys like Coop, I mean, who else do you think about as far as podcasts and, you know, besides NOG and Brap, you know, what other podcasts that you like?
Four Guys with Quarters.
Yeah.
And
and
they
they're
got a great show.
give a plug for them. They're about to come on here about 7:30.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Central
say.
time, so about an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are great. I enjoy their show. TXR, but I'm RIP to TXR. They're done.
Yeah, sad to see that.
Console Corner,
Yes, Console Corner.
The Governor, those guys, they GKB, She-Wolf.
Those are gamers. They're not console.
Oh, they're great. Yeah, they play everything.
They play everything. Yep.
Absolutely. She-Wolf streams a lot. I watch her stream every now and then.
It's an occasion.
They got a great crew. Yeah.
When I've tuned into Console Corner, I thought they've got to be like, because they're associated with the one that shall remain unnamed. Some of them
and but what's good about I like GKB that he keeps it neutral. I've heard him tell those guys like, hey, there's nothing wrong with the system over here. There's nothing wrong with these games. He's pushed back.
Yeah.
So
he's a gamer, man. He plays everything.
Yeah.
And I like how that show's evolved too. They're always trying new stuff and adding stuff to the show, and just like NLG, those guys have really, really evolved.
Yeah, I like that they went to the what's the app that they use? They used to use Hangouts, but now they're using
XSplit or something. Is that?
Sky. What's it called?
Skype.
Yeah, Skype. So them and Four Guys with Quarters. I think they kind of do the same. I think they use Skype, but they do something else to get it all set up right.
Right. So, they got overlays and stuff.
I believe Short Paul's Gaming. They do the same thing. I like their stuff.
Yeah. There's Mike said in chat, XSplit and Skype. So I thought he said he was using.
Who else? What other podcasts you guys?
Casual Shenanigans. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. They're actually are they on tonight? It's a stream I ran into. They're more PC focused guys. A couple of them. I know one guy plays a bit on PS4, but he had a Germ Gaming. If anybody hasn't seen it, he's got a great YouTube channel that he does the potato masher. He basically, when this generation of consoles, the one in the PS4 came out, he wanted to show that you could, for the same amount of money, $300, you could build a PC that could rival the console. Basically, you could run the same. And so he built this system called the potato masher, and so he does little comparison videos, and and he's it's great. He's good comparisons, because he doesn't favor one over the other. He just calls it, plays it real, and gives great videos. I mean, the guy is super knowledgeable, and they do their little tech talk sometimes, and you can email him into the show, and they'll if you're having issues, hardware issues or something, that can they'll help you get it sorted on the show, and it's a good one.
And also Tick Podcasts. That's a. Oh
yeah, Tick's great. They always they got stuff going all the time.
Yeah, Trophy Live. You got Kyle, his stuff.
Yeah.
And Fame. He does two something. Tick two. He does, I think, every other week or so. And then you got Anchor.
Yeah, the Multiverse or whatever.
Multiverse.
Yeah, those guys are great.
Talk about movies a lot, don't they, though?
Yeah, they bring it up. Though. Yeah, they bring up. Yeah, that's the whole point of that one. It's just a little bit of everything, gaming and the movies.
Comics. These guys are into comics and stuff.
I also watch. It's not, SDGC, Super Deformed Gamecast.
Yeah, I've seen John. He's funny. I've seen that a couple times.
Those guys are pretty good. They're all well-rounded gamers, knowledgeable.
Yep.
And they're on tonight at 9 p.m. So I'll give them a plug.
Yeah, HDK just mentioned Coffee Casuals and Consoles. I haven't actually watched that one yet. I've seen it.
I've seen them
pop up for it, but I haven't actually tuned in for that one.
Yeah, I think
some of those are on
noon or morning, aren't they? Well,
yeah, I was gonna say they're on like really early. I'm still at work on a lot of those. I work like 10, 12-hour days, so you miss a lot of those ones. And plus, I'm on the West Coast. It seems like most of the podcasts are, based on the East Coast, so there's that time difference, and it's kind of hard to catch them live.
I even
well, you never sleep, so
24 hours gaming and
yeah.
I'm always there without fail. It's the only one I don't really have time for anymore. It's not like I don't have an issue. Well, I've got an issue with anyone else or whatever. I don't respect them. It's just more podcasts you end up watching with people talking about less gaming you actually do. Yeah. And that's like the issue. I'd rather just be sat there playing a game.
Yeah, my main guys is NOG and Brat. Most of the other podcasts, I listen to them at work. That helps me get through the day. So.
Yeah, I can't listen at work. I drive, so and I'm in and out of and I don't just drive. I mean, if I was like a truck driver or something, I could record and play them back. But I stop. I'm in and out all the time. I do paratransit, so I'm always escorting people, walking back and forth. I mean, most of my trips are, only a mile or two, and sometimes longer. I mean, sometimes you get a little bit longer, and then you also get, because, when you whatever you're listening to, the whole bus is listening to. So,
hey, that's all right.
You got to be a little selective. They'll complain about anything. I mean,
you're going to be getting off here soon anyways. Don't worry about it.
That's right. I can't even listen to sports talk radio, man. That people freak out. You get these old ladies going, "What the hell are they talking about?"
Right. That team sucks.
Yeah. Pretty funny.
Let's see. Some other podcasts, Throwdown. I don't know if you guys have heard them with the.
I think I've heard you mention.
Yeah, those guys are pretty good. They got like I said, they're like super deformed game cat. They've been accused of being ponies, whatever, but they
accused of being anything.
Yeah, it's like if you're not one side or the other, you're called a neutral or whatever. But now these guys, they like to call out the fanboys in the Twitter, and so they get accused. But I've heard their podcasts, Throwdown. They talk about games. They're knowledgeable. Tony is a writer for Coalition website, and they have knowledgeable guys on there too, and they're objective. They'll talk bad about all systems.
Right.
So I don't have a problem with them. And Iron Lords podcast, that's another one that I've listened to.
Never heard of it.
Damn. Well,
they have Lord. See, that's the thing. 8 hours I sit at a desk and I'm typing on. I got plenty of time to listen to podcasts. So I mean, that's one of the things I want to do with this our podcast is just give a shout out and give a nod to podcasts out there that we think that deserve some recognition. People need to if they need a place to go to listen to, just good gamers, positive game and talk, and not all the TMZ from certain podcasts that we know, because communities, it's a big community. And, people don't need to be getting caught up in that console war crap. So, and I hopefully, and then we can invite people from these podcasts, come on and, give themselves a plug and, another one is Real Games Media with Bella. I don't know if you guys. Bella Rice from Australia. She comes out on. She's been on Brap. She got sexy voice, sexy Australian voice.
Sexy.
So, I mean, I can go on and on. There's just so many podcasts and a lot of good gamers out there in the community that, like to, give them some support. We can't always be in their chats, but, we share who they are and sub them and, listen to them when we can,
We have opinions. Maybe not on everything, but most things.
Yeah. And also on this podcast, we can give a nod to your SuPRCoop, your droning out.
Droning out. Yeah. I need to get back on there. I got a whole bunch of footage. I've been kind of slacking on my editing here lately, but yeah, I actually got some stuff working out. I'm actually going tomorrow and meeting with a guy. I went a couple weeks ago and shot a house. I still got to get my Part 107 certification, which is basically, sort of a commercial certified pilot. So then you can do paid jobs. And I shot a house a couple weeks ago for a friend of mine, his brother, and he owns a real estate company here in Portland, and did a whole video. I shot his house, his personal place, and put together a video for it and sent it over to him. He really liked it, so got it in there. And then I have another guy that is also in real estate that has a house down just south of here, about 20 miles or so. And I've been trying. He was on vacation last week for the holiday. But I didn't hear from him today. I'm hopefully hear from him the next day or so. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow. And I'm supposed to go down there. He lives on a lake, and I'm going to shoot his house, kind of do the same thing, put together a little video for him. And so, yeah.
You get anything out of it? Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. I've got to get, no. This is just sort of just kind of showing them what I can do.
Yeah.
And, just to kind of get my foot in the door. Cause actually the guy that I already did the video for, he was actually using another, drone pilot, was taking shots, but the guy wasn't certified, and he was trying to, kind of price gouging him a little bit. And because you can actually get fined, and actually even the realtor that hires him actually gets fined worse than the actual pilot. So it's kind of a risk to hire somebody who isn't licensed, or not licensed, but isn't certified.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I got to get the that part of it done. And yeah, I tried to I need to get, like I said, I need to get back on. I got hours of footage. Been flying a lot more than I've been editing. So yeah, I'll get back on that, trying to get a weekly, at least a weekly video up on there. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, look forward to see more of that, and we'll put a link. I'll put a link in the down below in future podcasts, so people can see that. And
right on.
Witty, you've been doing some streaming, gaming, and all that. You got your own.
Well, I haven't for a while, to be honest. But I was thinking of doing some. Well, I've got it today, but I'll probably tomorrow now. But I might stream some of that dirt for just for a laugh. See how many times I can flip my car up after I finish.
Well, one day we need to get some co-stream, get some streaming.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Either GTA or what other co-op games that we play.
Oh yeah, those GTA, man, those are hilarious.
Beginnings of a video for that coming up about all the crazy finishes to missions, like that one other day, Coop, where we we parked them 3 helicopters.
Yeah. That stuff is great, man.
Yeah, we need to jump on Ghost Recon too with the guys from Brat. Enrique, he got it. E. Jackson and B Money. They just got Ghost Recon. So yeah, they'll be looking for some guys to jump in there with them.
Yeah, I haven't tried that new tier system, whatever that new update they had with the tiered levels or whatever it is. Ups the difficulty each level or something. Yeah, it's a great game. Great game.
Check that out. Yeah. Yeah, we all finished that, so
A lot better though when you've got mates.
Oh yeah, for sure. Although I did, it's sort of similar to like Diablo. We were playing through Diablo 3. When you're playing with your mates, I mean, again, it's a blast and you're having fun, but you kind of gloss over all of the story part of it, you know. In order to, and it was kind of similar to Ghost Recon because it, you know, the missions you're just going in and destroying everything. You're not really paying attention to kind of the storyline of what's going on. So a lot of the missions I went back and did again just to kind of get familiar with the story.
Videos. You know, I would say, I would think go through it a second time, but then I thought, well, they offered me a £25 credit note for it, so that's why I did. Maybe in price will get it again and get DLC. I don't know.
Yeah, I would skip the one. The Narco Road DLC to me was the Fallen Ghost is great. That's actually really ups the difficulty. Puts a little, you know, the storyline's good, and the, you know, you've got those new enemies. That one was good, but I never could get into the Narco. I tried. I know HDK and Nate said there were some really good missions later on, but I just couldn't get into it.
supposedly, Watch Dogs is going to have 4-player co-op added at some point. Some DLC, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to go back to these games.
Right, when there's so many.
Take care of backlog.
Right.
It's like I said, there's only 2.5 months, really. Well, less if you're into Destiny. But
shout out to HDK.
Yeah, HDK brought. Yeah, I don't think.
Jump on your backlog and get these games. You can.
I'm gonna get the Destiny 2. I had fun playing the first one. I mean, just the visual, the mechanics. I mean, they were great, top notch. I mean, because Bungie, they do Halo. They were great on Halo with all that. So, yeah, I mean, I loved all that. I didn't really do multiplayer because I suck at multiplayer. So, but I enjoyed the co-op and doing some of the raids or the strikes. So I'm probably going to pick that up on. I know some of you guys are not really into it, so I'm going to pick it up on PS4 and probably play with the Brat guys.
I don't. It's not high on my list. I don't know. I picked up the first one on. I actually got it originally on 360, but then right when it came out, that's when a lot of my friends jumped onto the Xbox One.
Yeah,
and started playing it there. So I was just kind of, after they left, I was kind of left in the dust on that one. Then when I finally did step up to the Xbox One, I did get it. It was one of the first games that I got. But when I jumped in with them, they were like, shot way up some super high level, and I'm, way back at the start. Yeah, I never, they're, oh no, come on, we'll level you up, we'll help, it was like, I just wasn't too excited for it at that point, and just never really did go back to it. So yeah, Destiny 2, just, I don't know, it's not even really on my radar. I mean, it looks like it'd be kind of fun, but I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff out there. I mean, I still have, like Woody was talking, I still have Dishonored 2. I've got that. I picked up Andromeda. I've got Final Fantasy that I still want to play and finish. I mean, there's just so many, now with the Oculus, a bunch of cool games.
Yeah, you just added to your game.
Oh, it's crazy. I still haven't finished Zelda. I still got like one Guardian left on Zelda, and then I got to defeat Ganon.
Yeah, I know. I still need to finish that. And I started God of War 3. And I mean that game looks great. The story pretty cool. The only thing is I'm not big on QTE games. The quick time events. I mean, Rise did a good job because it's kind of a little more open. You know, you got a free roam, and then of course, you got to do this. Quick time event. Hit the buttons. Certain points. But God of War 3, it just when you get in that cut scene where you got to beat the boss, it's just it's like I'm like here we
I
go.
don't know. I mean, even Gears had some cute. I think that's all right if it's kept to a minute. I mean, it's not the whole game. Like a Telltale game or something where it's all quick time.
Oh yeah.
If it's just a few moments here and there, I think it kind of adds to the visuals. Instead of just watching a long cutscene, you can actually kind of take part in a little bit.
Yeah.
And Uncharted was like that. It had a lot of, but they were fun.
Nothing
took
like
away from the game.
Making it too difficult to where if you don't, you got to keep repeating because God of War 3, I've been having to repeat, because if I don't hit it at the right time or I'm not hitting the right button, I'm like shit.
Yeah, that could get it.
Yeah,
I got to a certain point, and I just all right, I'll do it.
5, and in co-op that was just nigh on impossible to do because you both have to get like it with this entire boss fight and like multiple bits to it, and you're on this like big gun or whatever, both of you.
Right.
I'm telling you, you both had to be basically on ball at the same time, else you were never going to do it in co-op.
Yeah.
In sync.
Yeah, man.
That would be interesting. It makes you wonder that one game that was shown at E3, Way Out, the one that it was on the EA's game.
Yeah, that looks great.
It's like a 2-player co-op, and I'm not too sure if you have to have some. I guess you have to have someone else play with you throughout the game. So,
right.
I guess we'll find out if there'll be some kind of, you have to do stuff in sync. Can't get over do this or that without, hitting the right buttons or whatever they're gonna do. So that'd be interesting. We'll find out. So Witty.
And Spider-Man's got to be full of like quick time events. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah, and that's what I don't get. Is people are saying that, I'm like, where did they see? There might be a couple here and there, but I didn't see where people are like, it's going to be all over.
Yeah, well, they come out over there. It's got a world and that. So don't get me wrong. I'm sure there'll be save civilians, and you've got to like button bash to save them or whatever. But
might be. Did Sunset have any QTs? Had a couple, right? I don't know.
Not to it yet.
So I can imagine, it's going to be, free roam and,
yeah, man.
And a real-time battles.
All the like Spider-Man games, apart from they look shit hot, and anyone who says that game didn't look shit hot, and other than anything like Xbox One X is doing, then they're full of shit.
Yeah, so I definitely look forward to Spider-Man when that comes out.
Well, then we'll have to get a PlayStation 4 for at some point.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Hey, they're getting cheaper, so.
I'll probably see what's going on at like Black Friday.
Yeah, for sure. So
I'll be picking one up soon. I want to play that Horizon Zero Dawn as well.
So Witty, before we end the podcast, do you have any witty rants, anything you want to let out, or?
No, like I said, I kept it nice tonight with that about an EP, but that really infuriated me over the weekend.
Yeah. So definitely, we do this on a regular basis. Definitely, I want to have that as part of the podcast.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have your say so, and we'll like SuPRCoop was. We were talking to about the podcast, kind of how it's gonna be, laid out. Like we'll maybe have one main subject, so maybe during the week we'll us three decide, okay, this is the one main subject that we want to talk about, because most podcasts, they talk about everything, so, we can talk about one main subject and then we'll talk games, and, and then just go from there,
Yeah. Anybody has any ideas down in the comment section, let us know.
Yeah. Yeah. Just give us some feedback, and, I'm sure Mike and Enrique will, give some feedback, and, and we can go to those guys to get some help, do this a little bit better. But, yeah, this podcast is just have fun, we'll talk about gaming, every week, and just go from there. Nothing serious. I think some people, I've told people in another podcast, like, well, you guys take it. I asked them, I said, don't you guys think you take it too seriously? About everything about the gaming, and and their response was, well, we wouldn't be here if we didn't. And I was like, that's not that wasn't the point. That's not what I'm like, you guys sit here and you talk about all this other stuff, and you kind of get frustrated, whatever. And that's like, that's not what gaming should be about,
Absolutely.
Can't control everything that Xbox and Sony and Nintendo do. I mean, we can gripe about what the pluses and minuses, but at the end of the day, it's got to be about game. Just enjoying games, It doesn't matter if it's AAA, AA, indie, VR. It's all games, That's the way I look at it. You guys, and people shouldn't make a big deal about our preferences or each other's preferences. We all should be. So I want this gaming community, the way I've seen it over the years, it needs to be about gaming together, and we can sit here and we can have debates, respectable debates, and but it's just about games, man. Who fucking cares? Just game. That's it.
That's it.
So if you guys got anything else to say?
Nah, I just want to thank everybody for joining us.
Yeah,
Appreciate you guys coming out.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And being able to get in the chat tonight because it just won't work. I've tried getting like YouTube up on my Microsoft Edge on Xbox, and well, chat just keeps it just disconnects.
So have to fire up that old laptop.
Yeah, that's yeah, because that's kind of like what I'm doing. I mean, I couldn't even do it on my phone.
Running the podcast, my laptop.
Actually, you could run it on Edge on your or on the on your Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying, but the chat disconnects. It's been doing. It's why it's how I used to watch podcasts, but I had to stop, and now I've got to use just like YouTube app on my phone. Yeah, but I don't know. I'll have to invest in a better headset, and then we won't have any issues with screeching in future.
Cool. But this was fun, and we'll try it again next week if we can, about the same time. We'll figure it out. You know what I mean? I mean, if it could be on Thursdays, if not, we can try another day, whatever works for us. So.
Yeah, no, this seems a good day.
Yeah.
The thing is, we don't want to be stepping on anyone else's toes.
Yeah, so maybe after this we'll be jumping over to check out Four Guys Recorders. So
Definitely.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, thank you everybody that came and chat. Appreciate
thanks everybody.
The subs, the thumbs up, and even the thumbs down. Who cares?
There's always one.
Yeah.
Fuck cares.
Maybe the same guys that give the thumbs down to NOG is the same guys that do
Probably
it.
stalkers.
I blame it on Frankie.
Mike Mole's fanboy number one.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if he has that problem with Frankie too. I don't know if he can control Frankie himself. So I don't think anybody can. All right. So we'll catch you guys later.
Later, everybody.
Peace.